Main Man Squanto. Follow me on YouTube and TikTok, please. What's up, guys? So I'm at my in-laws' house, and I am prepping for drywall install. So we're going to be removing nails. We're going to be installing nailers, like boards, and what else? Installing insulation and spray foam. So we have Roxel stone insulation, and we have spray foam. Now, I'm pretty sure I've already spray foamed everything, but we're going to figure that out. How's it going? Remember to hit that subscribe button. Go to Main Man Squanto, hit that follow button. I appreciate you guys. Text me in the links if you guys have gone to Main Man Squanto yet. Remember, go to Main Man Squanto, okay? Main Man Squanto, YouTube and TikTok. You know what I love about springtime? Those are already flowers growing. We already got flowers growing right there. Call those perennials. They are as perennial as the grass, the trees in the universe, and the stars in the sky. Right? They're as perennial as the stars in the sky. Remember to go to Main Man Squanto. It's that Main Man Squanto. Main Man Squanto right there. Aye. That's my symbol. Main Man Squanto. All right. Don't worry, be happy now. This right here is the Super Sawzall. It's an extra 2.7 pounds, and this thing is just animal. It's the biggest cordless Sawzall that they have on the market for Milwaukee, and it's a beast. I ain't kidding. plaster, removing, you know, all that happy horse shit, basically. See that? It's a square nail. This is what you get in New England. It's really not an actual square nail. I have one of those in my truck. That nail is about 270 or 100 so it's probably about 180 to 200 years old. These nails probably 100, 180 years old. It's an old farmhouse. See that? Oh, come on. So you see how this tapers? You got one side that's wide at the top and skinny at the bottom, and then it's really just flat stock. So it's flat stock that they beveled into a spike, and then they had a rose head punched in at the top. So these were punched. These were cut and stamped and punched out, right? A real square nail is made of square stock. It's just steel square, a tube, like a stick that's in the shape of a square. And they would cut them, and they'd forge them. They'd cut them off the square stock, you know, however long they wanted their nail. They'd cinch it off, whatever, they'd smack it, however the blacksmiths would do it, right? They would cut what they wanted for length, and then they would literally bevel one edge, bang in one edge, and then they would, the top, the other end, they would make a rose head out of it. They would just beat the heck out of it and turn it into a big rose head and blow out. So it had a bigger, wider, you know, mushroom top rather than the shaft. That way the nail would stay and hold. But pretty crazy. And then they learned how to just take flat stock and stamp them out. Pretty neat. So this is still an old nail. However, this was pressed rather than hand done. And they called them square nails, and they got a penny a piece for them, the blacksmiths did. Not these. These were a little different. These are still old nails. I'm not taking away the fact that this is an old nail. Okay? So it's beveled. See how it's beveled on this end and then sharper in the middle? I'm sorry, sharper at the point, right? And then on this side, it's just flat. So it's flat stock that they've, tink, 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 you know, they pressed it, tink, 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 tink. And then, of course, as it was hot, they probably pushed it in and smacked it on one end. I don't know how they did those, but I can guarantee they're stamped. But I have one in my truck that I've made a harness, like literally like I've made a I've installed the nail to sit on the top of my dashboard. And yeah, it used to be part of an old foundation next to the Maine State Prison. It was across the street from the Maine State Prison. Right on the sidewalk is where I found it. We was excavating to a big, like a hill, like a 4-foot hill. We was digging a hole in there and making it flat so that we could have a landing to where our stairs would fall on at the sidewalk height. All right, so now I'm just going through and I'm pulling any nails. I don't want any nails sticking out of the wall. Sorry about that. I should have some tape. could have sworn I put tape in here. What's up, everybody? Make sure you go to Main Man Squanto. Right there. Main Man Squanto. Yeah, I'm just looking for nails here. I have to sweep this area out so that I can put a stud in there. I need a vacuum. I need a damn vacuum, old boy. Les, can you find your dad's vacuum, please? Yes. Guys, I'll be right back. All right, we have a shop vacuum. doesn't need to be empty. Wait till the day that I don't have to do this anymore, I can promise you that. And it's just like consensual. I want to consensually do carpentry. No, I do want to do this for my family. But, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I'll just pay people to do it next. From now on, I'm just paying people. Even though I spent my whole life learning how to do it. That's what will end up happening. I'll just pay someone else to do it. Notorious. That's right. Notorious. Here we go. We're going to put a stud in here. Matter of fact, we're going to put, well, to be honest, we're going to need a couple. Gonna need a couple studs in here, boy. 92. We'll just go 92 and 7/8. Make sure I'm on the right side here. 92 and 7/8 there, and then on the right side, look, oh geez, 93. No, 92 and 7/8. 90 and 7/8. Okay, so queso did. Queso. ¿Qué pasa, miñada? Mi no comprende. I'm just gonna write it wherever. Check this out. It's my company right there. You can get these online, really cheap too. 85 cents a piece. You buy 100 of them. You know, like if you buy 1,000, they're like 60 cents a piece. If you buy 5,000, they're like 40 cents a piece. So the more you buy, the cheaper they become. I'm supposed to put this in the wall at my house, but I have to, because this is the book that I built my cabinets with. So I'm going to leave it in the house. $92 7/8. 90 7/8. It's always best to write it down. Don't be the smart guy that cuts the wrong size, you know what I'm saying? Notorious. So, this could use, I'll need a simple block there and a simple block there. Matter of fact, I'll just tack it to the back side. And then drywall later. So this isn't actually the right size, but we can shim it out to where it could be, I guess. 92. Seven eighths. I don't have my chop saw with me today. Look at that piece of wood. Got a big old knot on that bitch. We're gonna calm that one right down real quick. Got my cutoff bucket, and it also acts as my saw holder. So now we're gonna pull this. We made that nice and square. Now we'll pull 92 and 7/8. This is gonna be a hair long, but I'd rather it a hair long than a hair short. You see? Right into the old cut-off bucket. I gave it the wrong cut. It's supposed to be 90 and 7/8. But now I can get an actual. What I'll do, I'll trace this out. Now I have an actual. I don't even have to measure. That's my actual right there. Boom. Now, I have two nailers that I can use on the top and the bottom. What we're going to use, we'll be using my, what is this one? It's just a brad nailer. Yeah, brad nailer. I've got every size brad nails. Well, I got 2s and 2.5s, 1 3/4, 1.5 inches, 3/4 inch. Get out of there, dude. What are you gonna be like that for, man? All right, cool. So, got a lot of 2s, which is really nice, actually. So I'm just gonna drop with some 2s on this. I'm gonna drop some 2s on that thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Yep, 2 inch. So I got 3/4, 1 1/4 inch, and 2s. The biggest this will take is 2. No, it'll take, it may take 2 1/4, but it'd be tight. I think 2 is the most. So we want this to, basically we want it to have a nail on the bottom and on the top. So we're going to put come on now. Don't fuck with me. I got that wood in the truck with me. Hey. Wait, I can't swear. I'm sorry. I didn't swear. I said truck with me, right? Alright, so I'm just doing the wise guy thing. Tack it on now. Of course, I had a nail pop, so I'm just going to cut that nail. That blew out right just like that, quick and easy. Why? Because we don't around, right? When we round, we go to, just kidding. I have to edit myself. Of course, now the block isn't going to let this drop where it needs to be. So I got to cut the nailer right there. That lower nailer goes in too far. So stick to the script, kid. So we're going to square it up, make the cut. Don't play with me now. Yeah, I figured it was too long still, whatever. I want it tight, right? Now these are in the way. Should have cut them earlier. I got some laths in the way over there. Hell with it. I'm going in. That's it. Can I get my butt scratcher? Bring me my butt scratcher. I said I need a butt scratcher. said enough. Yeah, get up. Get on up. Get on up now. Get on up. Get up now. Damn, man. My butt's always hanging out. It's like ridiculous. Remember to go to Main Man Squanto at YouTube and TikTok. Main Man Squanto, okay? Get up now. Get on up. Get up. Get on up. Excuse me. Holy moly, boy. You've been burping. You've been burping, boy. Okay. Get up now. Get on up. 18 3/4. 18 and 5/8. I was an 1/8 inch off. So now that we have nailers in the back, I have all kinds of surface area to really tack to. I got a nailer on the bottom, nailer on the top, and I know it's tacked straight to that dang thing. So I get it flush and give it some love. Lovely. Now I'm going to tack straight. Right into these nailers. Okay. Get up now. Get on up. Oh, no wonder why that wouldn't work. Did not need a nailer on the bottom. Idiot. Straight idiot, yeah. Okay. one, we need a 2x4 at 92 7/8. Tis what we will do, my friend. Don't really need to square up the other end on this. Well, let's just check it. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. 92 7/8 on this one. Should be just a hair long. If not, it'll smack in there nice and tight. I don't have my chop saw, so I gotta use my speed square. Don't want to cut that. Little pieces of wood flying everywhere. Oh. 2x4 corner board, corner stud. See, now I just created a corner. I have a nailer on this wall's corner, and now I need a nailer on this wall's corner. Okay, you'll see me through the window. I gotta go grab a level. How is it going, master? Oh, easy on it. So I have level to check. I want to just see how this wall is flowing. I can also give it an actual like this. It's a little easier actually. I'm going to pull it off those laths. You always want your stud nice and tight, so make sure you cut a little bit more, maybe a blade or so more than what you measured, right? Because you can always cut it back down, but you can never give the wood back. Once you cut it, it's done. You know? Okay, I like that. Now I've got a short level here to check this, which is off. I'm gonna put a screw in that though. Well, no, it's got a stopper anyway, it's fine. So I want to be flat with this wood. exactly where I want to be on the bottom. I've already cross-referenced the top, so now it's just time to get down to Chinatown. Boogie, woogie, oogie. That's it. Couple of screws, nothing too schwanky. Now we're going to go back, cross-reference the top. Basically, we're just transferring this height with that height. And what a neat thing. There's a lath behind the board that's holding it exactly where we need it. Now, because I drank my coffee like I was told not to, and I smoked cigarettes far too young, I'm not as tall as I could have been. I lost about 4 inches of height because I smoked cigarettes and drank coffee when I was younger. So remember, if you want to be tall and get all the ladies, don't drink coffee and don't smoke cigarettes when you're younger. Matter of fact, try not to do anything that's not super great for your body when you're any age. Come on. Guten Tag, Northernhagen, Flogenschlagen. I'm going to give this a 65 degree down here just to stiffen this corner up a little bit. I like that. See, now that stud won't wiggle at all. So this has a nailer here and a nailer here, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to nail it that height and down here. What I do, this is a 3.5 inch long screw. 3.5 inch long board. So I'm going to come in about 3/4 away on to the left of the end of this board to the inner side of the corner. I'm going to go all the way over. I'm going to go in about 45, well, I'll go in straight first, about 10 to 30 degrees. I buried the threads, now I'm going to pull out. Now I'm going to go 45, go pull it so it's about 1/4 inch sticking inside the wood. Bend like a 45 degree angle, drive that all the way. Well, not all the way, just bury the threads. Pull it back out. Now I'm going to bend it all the way, and I'm going to slowly give myself a 65 degree angle. I'm going to hold the wood back a little bit. There we go. That didn't get a good hold, but it got somewhat of a hold. Okay, the corner has a nailer. It's not that great of a nailer, but it is what it is. Ha! Well, I don't like that at all. I'm going to put a couple of laths behind this. Because that bottom, that lower is kicking in a little too much. nailers. I'm gonna put nailers behind you, actually, up on the ceiling. Nailers in that corner. There's nailers there. That'll have to be glued. Find any nails, you either tack them in or pull them out, one or the other. At the beginning, when I'm doing the big haul, I'll pull any of them out that I can. But usually at the end, when I'm something like this, if I can't, I'll just tack it in. There's so many more nails that are already in there, it doesn't matter. As long as they're not poking out, because that's going to grab your skin, it'll stop the sheetrock from sitting flush, etc. and so on. Now, if you look up, you see these boards are just dangling, right? So, how are we going to fix it? This is everything was loose. All right. Remember, go to Main Man Squanto channel. I'm using my fiance's channel on TikTok right now because I'm banned until the 25th for speaking on Chinese history. You can't tell people about what really happened in China. Horrible. Anyway, we're just going to move on, and I'm going to screw these in. A lot of them, I think they all really need to be screwed. There's another nail right there. Okay. Battery's going dead. Thought I checked all my batteries before I left too. Apparently I didn't. Another nail. Remember, don't wait. As soon as you see them, get them. As soon as you see them, get rid of them. Because they will catch your skin and they'll give you staph infection. I mean, it's going to cut you, you know. It's not cool. Plus, it will also stop the drywall. The drywall won't sit flush on the wall or ceiling or whatever.